Hi everyone, welcome to another one of my reviews. This time it's on the pink turbo shifter figure, loose. Well, out of its packaging, not really loose. Because loose sounds like I got it loose. But anyways, they were called the Power Rangers shifter figures because Bandai America created a team of Turbo Rangers which were able to perform a unique action fighting move. The Pink Ranger, in particular, came with the Karate Chop action feature. Basically, by pushing a lever on her back up and down, she performs a kicking and fighting action, some kind of karate action. I apologize, let me take this bow off. It's not an accessory that came with the figure. I was just playing around with it. So basically, this is the button I'm talking about right here. When it's pushed up and down, basically she performs a kicking and chopping move. Let me show you what I mean. It doesn't appear that well on the video, so please bear with me. So that's basically what I'm talking about. The pink turbo shifter figure basically came with these accessories. The standard auto blaster gun, their sword, I don't know what they call it, forgive me, and these two pieces here that's supposed to be a brick wall. Let me just show you a better picture of it. You can basically put the two halves together and you have a brick wall here. So you can basically put two and two together. The karate chop action could be used on this to make it look as if she's breaking the wall into two. And the Pink Turbo Ranger also came with this little thing called the Turbo License. As you can see, let me just move it closer. It has the picture of the Pink Turbo Ranger, and we have some little space here where you can enter your name and address to make it look like a real license, which I find is really awesome and a really awesome collector's piece. Now, for articulation, it just has the standard articulation, but it's a lot better when compared to the Turbo Key action figures. Basically, their arms could move from side to side, or up and down, or where the hand separates to the glove, you can rotate it as well. And as for the leg, again, it's a simple thing, nothing too drastic. Move their legs up and down, and where their knee is, you can rotate their leg, and below the knee you can move the boot up and down. So that's basically it as far as articulation is concerned. So for price points, and I'm gonna be honest with you, this figure is actually quite rare to find. Unless you go find it in a lot, then you might be able to find it, but rare in the sense where you would find this figure alone with all its accessories and or even still in its packaging. It's gonna be really hard to find because Bandai America made a stupid move and didn't include the Pink Ranger in the Power Rangers Hero Series 7 Hero Series 6 line. If all of you are familiar, that's Hero Series 6. It's the Power Rangers Turbo Shifter figures that were re-released without the Pink Ranger. Why they did that, I don't know. So this can actually ride you up though if you find it still in its packaging, because it's even more rare than the triple action feature turbo figures. The triple action feature turbo figures are the ones that had the automorphing feature. I don't know, that's my view of it, because I've been trying to look for this figure and I had no luck until now. So for my opinion of this figure, honestly, when I first got it, when I purchased it, I thought I made a big mistake because it personally costed me $60, right? And I'll explain why I spent that much. And my friend sent me some pictures comparing it to other figures, and I thought, oh great, I got another Turbo Ranger figure that looks like a muscular built one. But when it arrived today and I held it in my hands, I couldn't have been more wrong. This figure looks very slim and this figure looks really close to the Space Females build. I'll actually show you a comparison. Here's the pink space figure. As you can see, the builds are so similar. It's just slightly bigger than the Space Female, and you can post them together, and she doesn't stand out like the very first Pink Turbo Ranger did. As you can see how huge the very first Pink Turbo Ranger is. And for the folks out there who has a collection of the very first Turbo Ranger figures where the females are really huge like this, I highly recommend sorting out these Turbo Shifter females. It will be a really awesome addition to your Turbo collection, and they will look like Turbo Rangers, and they won't look like big muscle builders with steroids or anything. So, as you can see, this figure, from my point of view, gets a whole 5 stars, because you had the option to own a set of authentic Turbo Ranger females that look like females and not like bodybuilders. So, I couldn't be more happy with this figure, and that's about it. And let me show you one last time the builds of the separate builds. The very first Turbo Ranger figure, the nice looking Turbo Shifter female, and the Space Rangers build. As you can see, these two really look really nice together because the builds actually match and they look very similar together. And so that's basically it for my Pink Turbo Ranger review, and thanks for watching, and as always, please leave feedback. And I've actually planned to get the yellow Turbo Shifter figure too, for the same reasons I mentioned here. And so when I get it, it should probably come within 3 weeks. I still haven't bought it yet, so it's gonna take it will take some time to arrive. Keep a lookout for a review on that, and I'll show you a sweet picture of all the Turbo Rangers together with the Turbo Shifter females. They'll look like a true Turbo team. Anyways, I'm gonna stop it here, and I hope to bring you the Space, or sorry, I don't know why I said Space, so Super Legends White Ranger review. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Hi everyone. So I almost forgot to show you this. I wanted to show you a neat add-on that you can buy for the Turbo Shifter female. So you might even still have it if you own a set of Turbo Rangers. The Turbo Mini Ram, the bow that came with it. As you can see, the bow is actually pretty huge. So let me just show you the figure holding the bow, and I'll continue on. So here's the figure holding the weapon. As you can see, the bow is actually really huge, almost the size of the figure itself. And I'm actually glad it's that big because it's very show accurate. Because if you at all watched Geksu Sentai Power Ranger or Power Rangers Turbo, you will see that the actual bow in the show was actually really huge. There's actually one promotion picture where the bow is shown with the Pink Ranger, and the bow is actually almost three quarters or almost the same size as the Pink Ranger. So it looks very show accurate when she's holding the turbo bow. Well, that's about it. That's all I wanted to show you guys, and I'll be taking off from here. So last night I took the time to make her a skirt, and it actually came out pretty decent. I'm not saying it's perfect because as you can see the shades don't match, but for now it actually looks pretty good on her. She looks even more like the Pink Turbo Ranger than before the skirt, and I'm just so glad I was able to get rid of that bulky figure and have her in the place. So that's all I wanted to show you, and I just want to thank you all again for checking out my reviews, and have a great day.